So, first off then, bringing yourself into high kneeling. And it might be that you want a little bit of extra padding underneath your knees in this position. So you could grab yourself another pillow if you want to, so that you can kneel on something if needed. But to start off with, we're going to hold on to the pillow behind us. So taking the pillow just behind you and just let the arms relax for a moment. So we want the knees about hip width apart and in parallel, and just have the feet nice and flat on the floor to start with. And just like you would do in standing, think about your neutral spine just for a moment. So it's quite tempting here in high kneeling to push your hips forward. So feel that you're tucking the tail underneath you, stacked over the pelvis, lengthened through the spine and out through the top of the head. Just relaxing the arms, holding gently onto the pillow behind you. And let's just take a couple of deep breaths first of all. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And just gently drawing in through the center, a gentle abdominal connection just to help support you here. And we want to maintain our neutral spine as we just add a little bit of movement through the shoulders and open across the chest. So again, when you're ready, just taking a breath to prepare. And as you breathe out, we're just going to take the pillow back behind us slightly. Reach out through the arms, just as far as you feel comfortable. And then inhale as you relax. Exhale again, lift the pillow behind. Inhale to relax. Exhale to lift. Inhale, relax. 3 more and then we'll add to it. So try and focus your eye line straight ahead. Avoid disturbing the spine. And rest. This time adding a little bit of extension and a stretch for the front of the thighs here. If it's too much, stay at this first option that we've done. But if you can, again, take a breath to prepare. As you breathe out, again, take the pillow back behind you. Hinge at the knees, looking up towards the ceiling. So you come into a gentle extension as you take it back. And then inhale as you draw it forward and back into neutral. Exhale again, send the pillow back and take yourself into extension, looking up. And inhale, draw it forward. Exhale again, hinge it back. And inhale, coming forward. 3 more. Don't go back too far. Feeling that stretch down the front of the legs. Go steady. A little bit of abdominals just to help draw you back up each time. And back up when you're ready, return to neutral. And now just place the pillow down behind your knees. And we're going to sit back onto the pillow, just sitting tall, and take a nice deep breath. And as you breathe out, start to nod the head, roll yourself down through the spine, taking the hands out along the floor in front of you and coming to your rest position. So lowering the chest and the forehead down towards the floor. And let's just take a moment for a couple of deep breaths. I'm just going to slightly adjust my camera so you'll be able to see my mat a little bit easier. There we go. So just breathing wide and full there into the rib cage. And now when you're ready with your next breath out, let's tuck the tail, slowly roll ourselves back up through the spine and just stacking into neutral, taking the shoulders back and eyes forward. Coming off the pillow now and bringing it underneath your knees. So this is where it's going to add a little bit of stability. So we're going to come onto the pillow. So if you can, hover your feet slightly off the floor. But if you feel that's a little bit too challenging, feel free to just rest the toes down onto the mat to help you. So it's a bit of an unstable surface here, so just go careful. Drawing gently in through the center, and again just finding your neutral spine, neutral pelvis. And we're going to come into a waist twist here. So we're going to bring the arms into Cossack position. So you're stacking the arms one on top of the other. Elbows a little bit lower than the shoulders so that you're not lifting those shoulders up around your ears. Keeping the hips square, facing the wall in front, so it all comes from the upper body. Let's take a breath. And as you breathe out, let's gently twist it to the right. Head, neck and spine. Nice and stable hips square. Inhale as we return to the center. And exhale to the opposite side. Inhale back to the center. And exhale to twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. One more each side, then we'll add to it if you want to. So if you can, try and keep those feet off the floor, just challenging a little bit of stability, encouraging you to engage the abdominals. And back to the center when you're ready. We're going to repeat the twist again, but we're going to add a reach through the arm. So this time again, as you twist to the right, reach out through the right hand. You're reaching back to the corner of the room behind you. And then inhale as you return to the center. Exhale to the left and reach the left arm back behind you. And inhale back to the center. Exhale again, reach back through the right arm in line with the shoulder. Inhale back to the center. Exhale as we twist to the left and reach back. One more each side, then we'll add to it one more time. So shoulder height, reaching back to the corner of the room, hips square, maintain neutral. This time we're going to do it again, but we're going to reach back down towards the floor. So again, twisting to the right and just reach the hand down, almost as if you're trying to reach back to the toes down on the floor. And then inhale, return to the center. And exhale to the left, reach it down. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist and reach down. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach down. One more each side again. Balancing out. And return to the center. And just take it down for a moment. And we're now going to come into a long position of 4-point kneeling. So slightly different to normal. You can keep the pillow underneath the knees and just walk the hands out in front. So we're going to bring ourselves a little bit further forward than we would do normally. Normally we would think about having knees directly underneath the hips, but we're just going to bring it forward slightly. Keeping the hands though underneath the shoulders and connecting those shoulders on the back. Gently drawing in through the center. If this position gets a little bit too much, feel free to walk it in and return to your classical kneeling position if that feels easier. So we're going to be opening up through the sides of the body, coming into a lateral reach. So drawing through the center, you're going to need lots of stability here. We're going to tuck the toes as well, just to give us a little bit more support. With the right arm first. Take a breath in to prepare. And as you breathe out, take the right hand off the floor, circle it round, just reach back behind you. And then inhale as you bring it back over, place the hand down. Exhale with the left hand, reach, circle round, reach behind. And inhale back over, hand underneath. Again on the right, exhale as you lift, circle the arm back. And inhale over and back underneath. Exhale again on the left, circle it round behind. Inhale, reach back over the head and place it down. 4 more if you can. Follow with your eyes so you encourage rotation. Last one. And bring the hand back down. Walk the hands in just a little bit closer now, coming into our classical 4-point kneeling. So you can release the toes, rest them down. Hands underneath shoulders, and now knees directly underneath the hips. And let's just come into our nice cat stretch to release after those. So taking a breath, and as you breathe out, tucking the tail, curling it through, tucking the head, coming into that nice long curve. Inhale and exhale as you unravel from the tail, lengthen out through the head and back into neutral. And again, inhale and exhale, tucking the tail, curling it through, tucking the head. Inhale and exhale as we unravel, returning the spine back to neutral. 4 more in your own time. So just releasing through the spine. Try and avoid sinking into extension as you unravel, keeping the rib cage connected to the body. And just lengthening out through head and tail, returning the spine to neutral each time. So unravel with your last one, returning the spine to neutral. And now we're going to lower it down onto the pillow. So we want it underneath the pelvis and the thighs. So not underneath your tummy, so bring it forward a little bit if you need to. Underneath hips and pelvis and the top of the legs. And we're just going to take a moment, bring your upper body down into the floor. Hands coming out into our cobra position. So a wide W shape with the arms, hands roughly in line with your ears. Relax the shoulders, connect them down the back, and lengthen out the legs behind you about hip width and parallel. So the pillow here is giving you support and hopefully encouraging you to find a little bit more extension as well as we come into cobra. Feel that you're scooping the tummy in and really send the weight to the pelvis into the pillow, nice and heavy. And so coming into our full cobra if you can, or stay at cobra prep if you prefer. So let's take a breath to prepare. Breathing out as you brush the nose along the floor, lengthening out through the crown of the head. Shining the breastbone forward as you start to come out of the floor. And if you can, continue to come all the way out of the floor. Eye line can look forward towards the end of the mat. Feel that you're trying to lift away from the pillow, relaxing the shoulders down the back. Inhale at the top and exhale, control it down. So soften the elbows first. Feeling the front of the body coming down into the floor and tucking the nose underneath. And again, inhale. Exhale when you're ready, brush the nose, lengthening out. Coming away from the floor, feel that you're lifting away from the pillow. And again, inhale at the top. Exhale as we take it down. Nice and controlled, sequentially working down through the front of the body. Head last. And let's keep it going. 6 all together. And then we'll add to it slightly. So the pillow should be giving you a little bit of support, but also challenging you to really come into that extension, lifting you out of the floor slightly. Try and avoid pushing yourself up with your arms. Feel that it is coming from the spine. Only use the hands when you really have to. If it is too much, you could just come to cobra prep rather than all the way up. So with number 6, we're going to come up and we're going to hold the cobra. So when you're ready, working your way up into full cobra and hold it here. Again, just connecting those shoulders down the back. Feel that you're lengthening out through the legs. We're going to transition into swan dive. So this is a little bit challenging here. Great for extensors through the back of the body. If it's too much, just repeat the cobra. So this time, we're going to take a breath. And as you breathe out, you're going to rock down, lift the legs. Inhale as you press back up into cobra. Exhale, come down, lift the legs. Inhale, press back up. Exhale down, lift the legs. Inhale up, keep it going. So you're rocking on the front of the pelvis. Just lifting those legs and then pressing back up into cobra. If it's too much, just lower it down. Let's do 2 more if you can. And hold in cobra to finish. And then inhale. Exhale again as we work it down. Soften the elbows. Coming down through the front of the body. Tucking the nose back underneath you. And again, let's just take a nice deep breath. Bring the hands in a little bit closer. And we're just going to very briefly push ourselves up, take ourselves back into rest position for a moment. So the pillow can just be underneath your forehead. As you just take a couple of nice deep breaths to release out of that extension. And from here, we're just going to move the pillow forward now. So if we shimmy the pillow up slightly, and now we're going to lie down onto it again, but underneath your chest. So lengthen out the legs again behind you. Bring the hands just underneath your forehead. So the pillow is resting underneath your chest and giving you again a little bit of lift out of the floor. So it's going to challenge you again here to come into some extension. So we're just going to take a moment just to settle. Feel that you're drawing in again through the center, scooping the tummy in. And we're going to come into another little bit of extension, but also working into the hips here. So keeping the right hand on the floor underneath your forehead. We're going to reach back through the left hand and fold your right foot towards you. So opposites, reach back to the foot if you can. Now, if this is difficult and you can't reach your foot, you might need to grab yourself a band and hook it around your foot and hold on to it that way. But if you can, so you're holding onto the right foot with your left hand. Press the forehead down. We're going to take a breath. And as you breathe out, start to lift yourself into extension through the upper body and feel that you're trying to lift the thigh off the floor and draw the foot towards you a little bit closer. Inhale as you release, relax it down. Forehead back to the hand. Exhale again as we lift. Lengthen out through the crown of the head. Come away from the floor. Draw the foot towards you. Inhale, lower it down. And again, exhale as we lift. Inhale, lower it down. 3 more on this side. Exhale as you lift. So extension through the upper spine, but also working into the hip extensors as you try and lift that leg off the floor. So getting a good stretch. Last one. And lower it down. And let's release the foot. And we're going to switch the hands over. So now we're going to reach back through the right hand, fold the left foot towards you, grab it if you can, or use a band if that helps. Again, just resting the forehead down on that left hand this time. We're going to do the same again. So inhale and exhale, lift away from the floor. And inhale as we lower. Exhale as we lift, extending the upper spine and working into the hip. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Again, let's go for 3 more. Don't feel that you have to force it up, as long as you're feeling a little bit of stretch there in the front of the hip. Last one. Lower it down, letting go of the foot when you're ready. And now resting your forehead down onto the mat and bringing the hands back behind your head. And just let yourself rest down over the pillow. So we're coming into a little bit of flexion here first off as we come over the pillow. And we're going to try and bring ourselves now into extension. So if it is too challenging with the pillow, feel free to take it away. But if you can, take a moment, hands behind the head. Inhale. Exhale, brush the nose, lengthen out through the crown of the head and try and bring the head out of the floor as if you're trying to lift away from the pillow underneath you. Inhale as you lower and exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you lift. Feel that you're lengthening out through the crown of the head. Elbows in the corner of your eyes, don't lift them too high. Scoop the tummy in. Feel that you're trying to bring the chest away from the pillow. And lower it back down, just finish this last one. This time, if you can, we're going to add some rotation. So this can be challenging. So if it's too much, stay at the level that you've just done. But this time again, let's take a breath, breathing out, lift out of the floor, and now twist to the right. So your left elbow comes towards the floor, and then inhale, return to the center, exhale over to the opposite side, and return it to the center, and then control it down. So same again, but starting on the left this time. Let's exhale as we lift, hold it there. Let's twist it over to the left first, back to the center, over to the right, back to the center, control it down. 2 more if you can. Exhale as you lift, hold it here, inhale, exhale, twist, inhale, center, exhale, twist, inhale, center, exhale, lower it down to the floor. 1 more time if you can. Exhale again as you lift, hold it there, inhale, exhale, twist, inhale, center, exhale, twist, inhale, center, and exhale, lower it down. And just take a moment, reach the arms out over the head. Just relax the arms, relax the shoulders. Forehead down on the floor. And just take a couple of deep breaths. And now from here, we're going to move the pillow up again to now come underneath the arms. So just take a moment, bring your hands in towards you a little bit closer, just so you can lift off the pillow. And then we're going to move it forward and come into a kneeling position with your arms on the pillow. So all I've done is I've clasped my hands together, resting the elbows down onto the pillow. And you're almost in a 4-point kneeling position here. So you want the knees roughly underneath the hips like you would do normally if you were in all fours. And again, roughly elbows underneath shoulders. So again, connect the shoulders on the back. So the temptation in this position is to sink through the rib cage and the lumbar spine and come into extension. So we want to avoid that because we're going to add some movement through the legs. So feel that you're connecting the rib cage into the body and finding your neutral spine. So you're relatively flat. So if I exaggerate here, if I drop my rib cage, I sink into extension. And then if I lift my rib cage, I bring the spine into neutral and avoid rounding too far and going into flexion. So you want to find the middle of those points, nice and supported through the center, and focus your eye line down at your pillow in between your arms. We're going to lengthen out the right leg behind us and tuck the toes under. So you're feeling a little bit of a stretch down through the back of the leg. Let's just hold it here for a couple of breaths. First off, feel that you're trying to send the heel down towards the floor to get that stretch. Connecting with the abdominals, supporting the spine, maintain neutral. Now let's take a breath, and as you breathe out, we're going to lift the leg just as far as you feel comfortable without disturbing the spine to avoid sinking into extension. Inhale as you lower, tap the toe. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower and tap the toe. And exhale as you lift. Inhale, lower, tap the toe. Exhale as you lift. Let's do 3 more on this leg. So we're getting a nice stretch into the back of the leg and working into the hip a little bit. Last one. Lower the leg and then fold that knee back underneath you. And let's do the same on the left. So we're going to lengthen out the left leg first, tuck the toes. Again, feel that you're sending the heel down towards the floor, just stretching through the back of the leg. Taking a couple of breaths, finding neutral, gently drawing in through the center. Avoid hanging through the rib cage. And again, on and out breath, let's lift the leg. And then inhale as we tap the toe back to the floor. And exhale again as you lift. Inhale, tap the toe. And exhale as you lift. Lovely, well done. 3 more. Nearly there. Finish your last one, bringing the knee back underneath you again there. And we're just going to hold this position, and we are going to work into a little bit of flexion and extension now in this position. So let's take a breath, and as you breathe out, feel that you're tucking the tail, curling through the spine, and tucking the head like you would do for a cat stretch, but it's going to feel a little bit different in this position. Inhale, and exhale as we unravel. And let's lift the head and the tail, sink through the rib cage and allow yourself to come into extension. Inhale and exhale, tucking the tail, curling it through, tucking the head, flexing the spine. Inhale. Exhale as we unravel, lifting the head and the tail through, sinking into extension. Inhale. And exhale, tuck the tail, curling it through, flexing the spine. And inhale. Exhale as we unravel into extension. And here we're going to return the spine back to neutral. We're going to walk the hands in towards us off the pillow and just slowly roll up the spine and stacking up into neutral and into kneeling. Well done. Okay, we're going to bring it round now onto our back, and you can have the pillow underneath your head. So just slowly work it back to the floor. Pillow underneath your head. So it's giving you a little bit of support through head and neck here. Just make sure that it's not lifting you too high, that you end up flexing the head and the neck and dropping the chin down towards your chest. So really settle, feel length through the back of the neck, relax through the shoulders, and just bring yourself into neutral. So the feet and the knees about hip width apart and in parallel. Relax the arms and the shoulders, drawing down through the back of the rib cage. And let's just do a few small, gentle pelvic tilts. So take a breath, and then as you exhale, let's tilt the pelvis towards us, feel the lower back imprint the floor, and then inhale as you tilt the pelvis away and increase the lumbar curve. Exhale, tilting the pelvis towards you. And inhale as you tilt the pelvis away. So just a few pelvic tilts, gently rocking, just to release across the lower back and the hips. One more in each direction. And then settling into neutral, so a little bit of weight tucked towards the tailbone, the natural curve in the lower back. And we're also going to release now through the top of the spine, so head and neck coming into chin tucks. So let's take a breath in as you breathe out, nod the head chin to chest, but avoid lifting the head off the floor. Inhale as you release, and exhale as you nod. Inhale to release. Exhale as you nod. Try and keep the shoulders relaxed. Inhale, release. Exhale, nod. Two more. Just feeling a nice gentle release through the back of the neck. And then settle the head into neutral, eye line straight up towards the ceiling. Let's float the arms up now. Shoulder width apart, palms facing each other for shoulder drops here. So inhale as you reach through the arms, feel the shoulder blades lift, and then exhale as you drop the shoulders down. Inhale as we reach, exhale, drop the shoulders. Inhale to reach, exhale, drop the shoulders. Three more. Try and avoid lifting through the rib cage. Really focus into the movement of the shoulders on the back. Drop the shoulders with that last one. And then turn the palms to face away from you. Take a breath. And as you breathe out, float the arms back over your head and just allow the arms to rest against the pillow. Take the legs out and come into a full body stretch. Reaching out through arms and legs. Taking a deep breath. And now we're just going to think about hitching the hips slightly here. So feel that you're hitching the right hip up towards you and reach through the left hand. So opposites. And then again now lifting the left hip, reach through the right hand. Lifting the right hip, reaching through the left hand. Hitching the left hip and reaching through the right. One more each side, quite a subtle movement, but a really nice stretch. And then relax. And we're now going to bring the right knee in towards us and bring the hands around the knee as you just hug it in towards your chest. So a little release into the hip. Take a couple of deep breaths. And then taking the right knee across the body with your left hand. The right arm can come out to give you a little bit of stability as you roll over to the left with that right knee. So you're gently twisting, rotating through that lumbar spine. Just try and keep the shoulders down. And let's take a couple of deep breaths here. And release, roll it back to the center. Let's take the right leg down and now bring the left leg in towards us, hugging in towards the chest. A couple of deep breaths here. And then taking the left knee across the body with your right hand this time. Left arm coming out along the floor to help stabilize you. As you roll, Keep the shoulders down and hold it here. Again, take a couple of deep breaths. And then release, roll it back to the center. And now bring the right knee in to join the left. So you're hugging both knees in towards you. Just releasing across that lower back again. Take a nice deep breath. And now hands onto the knees. And we're going to roll it into the hips here. So making a big circle, taking the knees out, opening the hips and roll it round and back towards you. And again, out, open up the hips and roll it back in. One more this direction, rolling it round and back in. And now change direction. So roll it away, out, and then back in towards you. Away, out, and in towards you. One more, away, open, back in. One last hug of the knees, deep breath. And then lower the feet down to the floor. And we're just going to take a moment to focus on breathing. So relax again through the arms and through the shoulders. And let's take some nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel that you're expanding the breath into the rib cage, allowing yourself to settle, drawing down through the back of the rib cage and relaxing the shoulders. So from here, this is where we're going to just add some more pillows now to really help try and find a position to support the body and allow yourself to relax. So first of all, I'm going to place a pillow behind the back of my knees. So you could do the same if you'd like. Lengthen out the legs and just place a pillow underneath the knees. So it gives you a little bit of flexion there in the knees. Takes a little bit of strain out of the front of the hips and the lower back. So do feel free to try that if you'd like. And I'm also going to place a second pillow behind my head as well, but moving it down a little bit so it's behind the back of my shoulders as well. So it's propping me up a little bit more. So just behind the back of shoulders and the back of my head. And again, this is just going to take a little bit of load out of your lower back and your hips, so you're not flat to the floor. And you can take the arms out if you'd like to, a little bit wider, palms up to face the ceiling, and really let go of the weight of your arms and let yourself relax against the pillows. So feel free to try the same as I've done here, or if you want to tweak it slightly, you can. And if you prefer, feel free to roll onto your side. And on your side, it's quite nice to maybe have a pillow in between your knees, maybe underneath your waist, and maybe in between your head and your arm, depending on how you're lying. So there's a few options to find comfortable positions here. And we're just going to take a few minutes to relax and focus on taking some nice deep breaths. So just finding whichever position feels comfortable. And start to take several long, slow, deep breaths. Breathing in fully and exhaling slowly. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And allow the breath to move down into your belly. And feel your stomach expand on an inhale. And relax and let go as you exhale. And try to let go of noises around you. And just begin to shift your attention from outside to inside yourself. And if you are distracted by sounds in the room, just simply notice and then bring your focus back to your breathing. Observe the natural rhythm of your breaths. And slowly bring your attention down to your feet. And soften the soles, uncurling the toes. Soften your ankles. Soften your calves. Release your knees and release your thighs. Allow your hips to open and allow the small of your back to open and release. Feel and enjoy the length of your spine, but let it go. Take your awareness down to your hands. Stretch your fingers away from your palms and feel the center of your palms opening. Then allow the fingers to curl and the palms to soften. Allow your elbows to open. Allow the front of your shoulders to soften. With each out breath, allow your shoulder blades to widen. Allow your breastbone to soften. And allow your neck to release. Check your jaw. It should be loose and free. Allow your tongue to widen at its base and rest comfortably at the bottom of your mouth. Your lips are softly closed. Your eyes are softly closed. Enjoy the soft darkness. Your forehead is wide and smooth. Your face feels soft. Your body soft and warm. Allow your body to sink into the pillows and into the floor. Observe your breathing, breathing naturally and full. Slowly start to bring your awareness back into the room. And just maybe slowly move through your hands, your feet, and just start to slowly come out of your relaxation. Taking your time to bring yourself up from the floor. Well done. We are finished.